All right, how you guys doing? This is Tobias from Noematic Elevation Group, and just came on here because we're getting some questions and stuff from clients and concerns about what's going on with the economy, and it's not looking good. I mean, I honestly think that we've been in a recession for the last probably since November. And I've been urging a lot of our clients to pursue the credit, personal credit repair, getting your credit clean, getting your business structured right for these times that are coming up. These are times where people make a lot of money just based on the fact that things are switching up. And if you don't know how to leverage your credit, man, it makes it kind of difficult for you to maneuver. And even worse is a lot of foreclosures are coming. And, you know, it's sad that somebody is losing their home, but they got things that you can do to try and help out. And personal credit being one of those. So I would suggest if you're in a foreclosure right now, or you know that things are getting tight, that you do not wait to access equity from your home. You get your credit report straight, definitely. And then come check out some of these programs that we got over here at Noematic Elevation Group that may be able to help you out with your personal, your business credit. Maybe preventing a foreclosure. We have a program for that. You still got to have good credit though. It's not a fairy tale, or it's not a silver bullet. But we may be able to delay the foreclosure long enough for you to stay in your home and do some things with some promissory notes that'll help you pay off your mortgage. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay it back. It's not anything free. I see a lot of this 1099A and A4V stuff coming back. That was out there, tried it, did all of it. I can tell you what works and what doesn't. I can tell you what'll work now and what won't. But a large part of all of this stuff is being prepared for situations like this when times are good. And no matter where you start on your journey for personal credit, business credit, whatever your business goals are, it's important just to get started. I mean, if you know how to fix your credit and you're a diligent person and you're going to sit in there and study, it's going to take you anywhere between 90 days to 6 months. Just being honest. And that's if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, it's going to take you a lot longer than that. And that's why you're paying somebody for their expertise, in fixing your credit. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, since I was 18. And it just takes a minute. Some people's files takes right off. Other people, they've worked on it themselves. They've kind of alerted everybody and maybe ruined some of the strategies that somebody with experience would tell them to use. And, you know, is it quicker to pay somebody and just get it done and have somebody work on it while you can maybe work on other things like your business credit? Do you want to try and do it yourself and learn all of this stuff and try to go to small claims court on your own? If you're comfortable with that and your learning curve is, you know, pretty quick, then you can do all of that. But I'll be honest, if you're not, I would look at it as an investment into myself and get myself some experienced people around me and some mentors that can probably skip me past a lot of stuff and get me going to where this stuff is not going to take forever to do. And that's it's a real important piece to all of this. And a lot of people don't understand that a lot of stuff on the internet is good, but it's a case-by-case basis. So there may be some things that I tell you to do that everybody else does, but when do you do it? How do you do it? What if they do this? Then what do you do? Like, now what? That's one of our segments that we're going to have. Now what? Now that you sent off the letter, they send you an answer back. Now what? Who do you have to talk to about it? Are you going to email the person on YouTube? Are they going to respond to you? The video may be 10 years old. Now you're stuck again. Then you get discouraged. Don't send off your next letter. Then it's 2 months that went by. Then it's 3 months that went by. Then it's 4 months. Now you're starting over. You're going to do this strategy. This is what we're talking about. You need to get with somebody that has experience, that has, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be me. You might have somebody that you know that's been asking you about doing credit repair, or asking you about, or that you've been talking to, I should say, about your credit repair. You just got to get it done. Sitting here, sometimes that time is not worth the money that you're saving. The quicker that you can do this stuff and get yourself in a position where your credit is ready to go, so if there's an opportunity, that's not the thing that's holding you back, then I would. It's something that I went through personally myself, even when I first started. It took me a while to clean all the, it took me a while to clean my credit, my first round, because I had to study all the stuff. It was all new to me and foreign. And information is not out there on YouTube like that. A lot of people are not sharing it openly, but there's a lot of tricks and little things that you got to do, but it has to be personalized. Everybody's situation is different. Your credit file is different than mine. Your goals are different than the next person. You may not want to be a real estate investor. You may not want to buy and sell promissory notes. You may just want good credit. You may want to get a car. Maybe your daughter's getting ready to go to college, or your son, or you need it for emergency purposes. But whatever it is, I urge you to get started, because the recession is here. I think it's really a depression. And a lot of the indicators and them talking on the news, we have businesses that we're in, trucking, we're in the mortgage industry. It's slowing down. And it's just part of a business cycle. They have to do it. It's inflation. But if you understand that that's coming and you can change the way that you move, it'll be great. You check your budget. This is all stuff that we're doing. Checking your budget for reoccurring service charges. Subscriptions, I should say, is a better word to say. You know, cutting down. I found, you know, $200 or $300 worth of subscriptions last month that we canceled that we weren't really even using. So that's $200 or $300 back into the house. And if you can find stuff like that to cut or take a sacrifice on to get your personal credit straight, and maybe work yourself up to funding and getting yourself $50,000 to $100,000 that you have access to, that's going to make a big difference in your life. And it's hard to encourage people, because I know that a lot of people are down right now. They're seeing the things that are happening, and they're scared. And it's all right to be scared, but they got places like Noematic Elevation Group where we can help out. But it does take an effort on your part as well. It's just not, there's not anything out there where you're going to be able to do something and get a whole bunch of money and don't have to pay it back. If anybody tells you anything about any of this stuff, any of this 1099 or A4V, or you can do this with the promissory note and they have to take it, ask them, do they have proof? Show me the proof. Where's the proof? Have you done it? I guarantee they're not going to be able to show you. I have proof. And I can tell you that I wouldn't use that method right now. And I would tell you, I know why it worked, and I know why it won't work. I've done all of that stuff, and I'm telling you, it's not worth the trouble. I would take that time. Even when I was doing it, it was actually a shorter period of time and money had I just went in, gave somebody $1,500, $2,000, got me my trades and my credit together. I would have been on the road faster than that, because that's really what it is. You're really looking for money. Let's face it. That's what it is. You're not, a lot of people get on here with this thing and they're going to help somebody. If you can't manage your credit, why would the government give you thousands of dollars, or millions or billions of dollars? You can't manage your own credit profile. I mean, does it really? I know it's maybe taking somebody's dream out and hope, but no, man. Work on your credit. Take that money for those stamps and those copies and all of that stuff, and just work on your personal credit. It's all right. You're not the first person that's had to do it. You're not the last. Whether you want to do it yourself or you want to go with somebody's company like ours, I would suggest that you start putting your time, money, and energy into that. You will look a lot better in 6 months when everything is down and you're up 50 grand, and now you may be able to go slide into an apartment when the real estate thing fully comes crashing out and they get on the news and start talking about it. You may be able to slide into an apartment and get an investment property that's in the green. You may be able to go get a car and put it on Toro. You may be able to do these things that will make you money, that will pay authorized trade lines. Another big thing, you got good credit now. You can make money off of that. And we can show you how to do a lot of this stuff. But a lot of the rhetoric and stuff that I'm seeing online with people popping up, they'll never be able to tell you that they did it themselves. I promise you. Ask, have you done it? It's always going to be someone that they heard. And if they have done it, ask them how long has it been, because I guarantee they're reversing it. And then you're going to have to sit down and talk to the authorities about some of the stuff that you're doing. They will come. So you better know what you're doing and why you can do it, and some of the things that you need to say to keep yourself out of hot water. And I just say, for people, it's not worth it. You're going to get hurt. And that person's going to come back and tell you that you did something wrong or some cheesy stuff like that. Man, stay away from all of that. Take your time and energy and put into your credit. Then I can show you how to make money with a promissory note. I can show you how to get a Cusip number and what to do with it. I can show you how to take your trust, take your business expenses, and have them organized in a way that you can get maximum tax benefits. And this is not tax advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But I can give you some of these strategies. A lot of things with personal credit is about strategy, man. And that's really what you're paying for. You may do the same thing, clean your credit, get yourself a 720, get $5,000 or $10,000. We can take your file, clean your credit, get your business set up, and get you $100,000 on business credit and $100,000 on personal credit. Do you know where to go? Now what? Where are you going to go? What bank? What do you put down on the application? How many employees should you have? Where should your business be located? Are you signed up with the government to do government contracts? Is your business set up that way? These are all things that you need to know, and it's not common knowledge, and nobody's going to give any of that stuff away after they sat down and studied and failed doing it. I mean, they got a lot of people out here who know more than me, and I've been doing it a long time. I learn something new every day. But they went out and read, and they tried things, and some stuff worked and some stuff didn't. They're going to charge you for that. And we're trying to be fair and create a community where you get some sort of benefit after you mess with us on our products. I just don't want to fix your credit and then you're gone. I want to fix your credit, and I want to bring people together that have business opportunities and just need funding. We don't have to go to banks to get funding. There's alternative ways to get funding, and we can pull our money together and we can go buy a commercial building. We can go buy some promissory notes. We can go put 10 cars on Toro. We can put all of that inside of a business trust. We can split up that money. And I'm not talking about the hey, I'll get back to you later. I'm talking about an official business with the CPA, with an attorney, with the contract, with the shares, with the bank sending you your check. I'm talking about like real stuff that people are doing and they're not talking about it. You'd be tight pressed to get somebody to talk about it. I've worked with G Boogie for years, man. I learned so much from that dude, man. Shout out to Boogie. And we're still working together. I just talked to him, a week or two ago. But there's a lot of stuff that we don't put out, because you guys will beat it up. You beat it up and slam it into the dirt, and then it's gone. And a lot of the stuff that you guys are out here using, we've been doing that for years. So, manufactured credit card spending. Go back and check the dial. The receipts are on the YouTube. We've been doing it for years and talking about it for years. And anybody that's been rocking with us with G Boogie America knows what I'm talking about. So been here. I got personal credit repair videos up from then. I did a whole series there and got people's credit fixed. So I've been doing this. We got experience. I just want to start a place to where we can get like-minded people who aren't trying to just scam for a quick buck, but you're actually trying to build something, or you have a business and you're trying to get it off the ground, or even if you're in trouble, that's willing to put some investment into becoming wealthy. Because you're not going to do that for free. Nobody's going to tell it to you on YouTube. You're going to have to read and study yourself. And we are going to open something up to where we have a study group as well, because that's one thing that we used to do inside of Boogie America is, and also in some of the other places that I've been, Redress as well, we used to study. I study every day. I look at something every day. I take an hour a day, and whatever it is that I'm building for my future, I put that time into that every day. And I sit down with a group of people and we work on stuff. How about if you got all of your friends and family together and study the FDCPA? Cleaning your credit, doing all of this stuff. But do yours first. You can't save anybody. It's an old saying that my buddy Carl used to say. You got to put your mask on first. I can't save you if I can't save myself. So if you're not willing to put that work in, then don't waste the time, because it's going to cost you more money to wait to fix your credit and do it yourself. And I'm going to save this and all of that. And, you know, you can have your credit straight and be there for the opportunity. You know what I mean? We got stuff going on all the time around here, but you can't see it if you're walking around stressing about your situation. And it's not easy to dig yourself out of that, because it didn't take you that long. Like, we have a lot of clients that they want, okay, I gave you my stuff this week, and then next week they're calling you. Well, man, it didn't take you a week to get in this type of debt. So you can't expect to get out right now. You be needing a plan, and you need a strategy of what to do with the funds when you get them. And a lot of people, if you notice, some people are starting to come out and talk about it, but when it gets to the funding and all of that, what now? What now? That's just like you not even having it's even worse. You have the money and you don't know what to do with it. And then another suggestion is, if you know you have free time right now, and this is just me, I would go out and pick myself up a part-time or a full-time job if what you got is slowing down, and then take that money, even if it's a second gig or a side hustle, whatever that means nowadays, take that money and invest it. You know what I mean? There is no side hustle. It's all hustle. So I'm not on here. I'm not an influencer. I'm not on here with a limited knowledge on something and I'm making a video, and then when you call me, I'm not going to have any information about it. This is not surface level. This is the real deal. And a lot of this stuff we keep behind the scenes. And we're going to start releasing some of it, bro. Why not? For the people. I mean, there's certain stuff that we can't release, but I'd have to get permission from everybody to do. But there are a few things that, you know, some tricks of the trade and some things that has worked for me that I think that we can release. I'm not going to do that on a public forum. I can't see people taking that information and they're going to beat it up. And I know it. And it's sad, but you know, when you have powerful information like this that can change people's lives, you got to kind of have a responsibility on how you disseminate it. So, you know, I hope that everybody starts paying attention to what's going on around them. Listen to the news, but read. Look for alternative news sources. I mean, look at news from other countries you can get right online, and then take a whole picture of everything. But what I can tell you, in 6 months from today, you'll be happy if you got started on your credit. Making sure your business is straight. Putting in on these government contracts. It's a little bit of a grind, but just keep grinding, because then you're going to feel a whole different way in 6 months when you get one of these jokers. And the government's not going to run out of money. And they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. All of the things that they're offering you is available. They just didn't tell you how to sign. They didn't tell you how to sign up for it, and that's not their responsibility for you to read. Let's be honest. How many people have even cracked open the FDCPA and the FCRA that you're repairing your own credit? Did you read the whole thing? Before you started anything, did you read the whole thing? And then did you comprehend it? How many people, when they're getting ready to go get a mortgage, are you reading the Dodd-Frank Act? Are you reading the Equal Opportunity Act? Are you reading up on what a promissory note is? Did you go to the IRS website and see what their definition of a promissory note is? Did you get on the SEC and see how these things are traded so you don't think that somebody is taking your promissory note and that they're selling it and it's worth 1,000 times more? Yeah, man, I went through all of that rhetoric. And there they are, and it is a way, but it ain't what you think. And it's not that 1,000 times and all this hypothecation crap that everybody talks about. I got sucked up in it too. If you don't want to get hit in your forehead, listen to bias. I'm telling you, I got hit in my forehead. Trust me. Put that stuff down and start working on your credit, bro. That's really the problem. Everybody's looking for money, and that's all it really is. So if you're trying this stuff, I'm gonna tell you that pot is hot. You better know why you're doing it. You better be able to explain that. Not you off no template or using nobody else's stuff or anything like that. You better be able to stand there and explain that stuff for yourself. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be messing with it. It's gonna get you in trouble. And you're gonna be upset, and it's gonna cost you a lot more than what it would cost just to do your credit. Fix your credit. Even the CPN numbers. We'll go in on the CPN numbers a little bit. Do they work? Yeah. Are people juicing them? Yeah. Are you going to get in trouble for doing it that way? Yes. There is a way to use them without getting in trouble, but that CPN is not a permanent solution. That's not even what it's for. Okay? If you are going to use them, I almost told you. I'm not giving that one away. But I almost slid some information to you. But CPNs do work. How people are using them, no. You're not. If you juice a CPN, you're responsible for everything that you put on that credit card. I don't care who you are. I almost cussed, but yeah, you're responsible, man. If you swipe something on that card, I don't care what number you put down, bro. You're responsible for that. And that's not the point. That's why your credit is not good now, because you're doing that. So I'm not opposed to CPNs. I'm not opposed to using them. I'm opposed to how they're being used. And that messes it up for those of us who do know how to use them. Now you're bringing some extra scrutiny and extra steps and stuff to the game. They weren't asking for no 4506T when people start using CPNs, man. They got people that have been using CPNs for 15, 20 years, man. But how do you use them? Has anybody ever told you? You're listening to what somebody is telling you to get some quick money. Quick, now. Nothing that you have when you do that, you will not have a solid financial foundation. And there's stuff that you need to learn about. Let's face it, we didn't learn it in school. I had economics for 6 months. It's the most important thing that's happening on earth, and they teach it to you for 6 months. You have to get with other people, like-minded people that are looking to get into things and get their finances and their credit together, man, and learn how to operate. It's all right to have a mentor. It don't matter if your mentor is younger than you or older than you. I'll sit down in a minute if somebody knows something that I don't. I'm going to shut up and learn. I don't care if it's a 16-year-old, a 5-year-old. My son will teach me something. I had a 6-year-old. He can teach me something right now. I sit down and learn how to do it. We need to get off. It's a lot of things, especially in our community, that we need to stop doing and get on. I know everybody wants the big flashy car. I know everybody wants the big house. But what type of work went into getting that? Nobody ever asked. You know a millionaire? Go ask a millionaire what he did to make his millions. Ask. I've had $1 million companies. I have $1 million companies. We've done all of that. So if you want some of this game, and it ain't nothing to where I'm guaranteeing that it's going to happen for you and all of this. There's no guarantees of any of this. You got to make this work. That's what it's about. You got to get on here, get on your job, realize that you've been undereducated. You don't know the things that you need to know. And even if you are going to become an expert in cleaning your own credit or doing your own business credit, at this point, what would a businessman do? If it's going to cost me $1,500 to get it now and I can study and see how they did it, and maybe get in a group with other people that are doing it, cool. Or am I going to sit down here and let my ego get in the way of me getting my credit fixed and getting some money? Right? People who own businesses hire people for positions and things that they're lacking in. If you're not a credit expert, I'm not saying you can't become one, but you're not. If you don't know business credit and you never done it, you're not going to be able to do it, man, by yourself like you think. You can. Let me throw it out there. There's some people that can pick stuff up like this. If you're one of those people, salute. But 85% of the people, it's not going to go how you think it's going to go. Because you're going to miss a step. You're going to put your own twist on it. You're going to mix somebody else's thing with your thing and this thing and that thing, and it's not going to work. I mean, that's just point blank. So, sorry to rant so much, but I just had a lot of questions today. I'm going to try and get on here and make a video a day in between work, but I just see stuff coming, and I see the attitudes of people, and everybody's looking for a quick buck, and it's frustrating because you know that if you just took 6 months out of your life, it could change. But you have bad habits, and that's how you got here. I had to change a lot of my bad habits. And I'm just telling people I've been through it all. I've lost everything. I've been in court. I've done A4V. I've done some of that stuff. And I'm not saying that somebody don't got some sort of way that they're doing it or rocking it to where it's working like that. But they're not going to get on and tell you. And the people on the internet that are talking about this stuff, I haven't seen one person. I challenged somebody to send me somebody that the stuff's worked and it didn't get charged off or reversed. I want to see consistently, because you can slide through the cracks too. And USC 3113, go look it up. They do this stuff when they want to. So, I mean, it's the time, just the mail alone, mailing off these documents, man. Do you know how much you're going to be paying in certified mail to do all of this stuff? To send these processes off? Then nobody can tell you how to enforce it. When you get to, okay, now what do I do when I get to court? What am I going to do? You know what I mean? It's a bunch of crap. I'm sorry. And I was a victim of it too. Yeah. And I'm not afraid to admit that, but I did get some stuff to work now. And I found out that the people that were so-called teaching me, they weren't sending any of this stuff off. They were just talking about what somebody else did and charging you for a damn package. So if you're not, just luckily I've been raised with a family and I got good people around me, and we sat down and broke that shit down. And I'm not the smartest one of the bunch. So we got some sharp people around us. But I urge you guys that are doing this stuff, I mean, definitely there's a way to do it, but it's not what they're talking about. And you're going to have to get your personal credit fixed to do it in the first place. The real way, you're going to have good credit. You're going to have a good, solid company. You're going to have cash flow. Now, some of that, you know, you can put a little sauce on a little bit of it. But you getting money, you getting something for nothing does not exist. Somebody has to pay it back. Now, that's where the fun comes, if you know how to structure that correctly or not, when you get in that position. And a lot of people don't even know how to give value to their business, so you can go into the bank and you can take some of your shares and leverage them. It's a lot of little stuff that we learn how to do over time. And some of it, just being honest, you know, we're not releasing. I mean, not publicly. I mean, no. But I will start some sort of group or chat for everybody to where we can all get in. We definitely got a legacy class where we're getting into taking people from bad credit, zero money, and showing them how to get this stuff in and get it together. So all the way up through a trust, asset protection, stuff like that, the real stuff, not this A4V and these are the laws and the rules, and I'm not a citizen, I'm foreign to the United States. No, you're not. But you can be, but it's not how you're doing it. And it's not outside of any rules. They're not stopping you from doing nothing. They do it perfect. Remember that. Whatever they're doing, they do it perfect. Look at the IRS with collections. The IRS is the perfect debt collector to model yourself after, right? They bark, they send a letter to you, right? Tell you owe some taxes. They send you a second letter and they tell you, hey man, if you don't get that over to us, we're about to go in. That third letter, they're inside of your check, or you're in court, or whatever. You're not attacking your personal credit or these debt collectors in that manner because you don't want to really deal with it. And you might lose. So what? So what if you lose? So what if you go to court and you lost? Figure out why you lost and come back. What is this thing that we have, man, where we're scared to go out and read something and test our knowledge on something? Nobody's going to take you to jail for sending off letters and going to small claims court, bro. Not happening. Not happening. But you are going to either make some money or learn, and I bet you'll be surprised if you did the process right. You'll be surprised when you get in there if you even get to the court door. Small claims court don't have no attorneys in there. You're going to be dealing with a representative of that company. Now, depending on the amount, they may move that to federal court, so you got to be ready. And then maybe you are a person that needs to go hire an attorney. We can help you with that. Fuck it. You don't want to go to court. Go pay an attorney. Get you some money. Do the process, though. I'll give you one. I leaked a lot of the identity theft stuff. I got a whole webinar on identity theft from 2015. People were not rocking that out like that. And a lot of people that came through redress know about that. They can attest. And I showed a lot of people how to do it. You guys aren't doing identity theft right. That's why you're getting in trouble. That's why it's not working. And I gotta go up here in a minute. You're not doing it right. And I'll give this one away right live in public. The reason why you're doing the 3 letters is to get the proof that there's even identity theft going on. Right? It's not so you can go clear your credit and then you never sent them a letter or anything. You're sending the correspondence so that they mess up. That's the whole point of all of this. They're not following the rules. You need to prove it. So if you do your first letter, your second letter, your opportunity to cure, whether they responded or not, and then you do your third letter, you get a default. Then you send your notice of intent to sue. Well, now when you go and do your police report, guess what you have? It's called proof. Look, I sent them this. They didn't send me anything back. They haven't proved that that I gave them direct permission to have my non-public private information. They're in violation of this law, this law, this law. I need to do this police report. Now that's going to have some bite. Now you don't have to be ducking and hiding when you go into the police station to do your police report thinking that you did something wrong. So use the stuff, man. We done got the shortcut as short as you can get it. What more do you want in 90 days? And that's for anything that you do with any of your credit. If you send this stuff off, man, and they can't prove that they got a contract with you that gave you, that gave them permission to have possession of your personal information, man, they can't have it. You don't need to think about it at that point. You need to go to court. Go to small claims court, get a judgment. Take that judgment and go to state or federal court. You got a judgment now. Ain't that what they do to you? They do it perfect. But what now? See you guys tomorrow.